What up, gang? It's your boy ZaZa back with another banger. And I just want to clear one thing up first. I don't create canon content. Never have. I create breeding content. And today, we focus on the difference and getting a better understanding of landrace versus wild type organisms. Without further ado, let's get right into it, gang. Get it!
Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it.
I'm a mile high. Give credit to ZaZa. Genetics. All y'all niggas read is pathetic. I don't know why you try to sell it. I'm smoking the strain. It's killing my lungs, but damn, it's easing my brain.
Alright, so many times you'll hear the term landrace used frequently within our community, right? Rarely do you get a true definition or understanding behind what a landrace really is. So I wanted to kind of go over and give a good understanding and explanation of a landrace, but also, in order to do so, we're going to go over the differences between a landrace and a wild type. Because wild type is, you don't hear it as often about it. So that leads me to believe we need more understanding. All right, so I wanted to do a video on landrace versus wild type. Now, when we think of wild type organism, strain, whatever it may be, plant, animal, wild type is going to be from a specific environment, a location, right? Grows there naturally, always has, always will. Left undisturbed, right? It's growing naturally. In most cases, wild type strains will be under the Hardy and Weinberg equilibrium status. Talked a little bit about Hardy and Weinberg equilibrium status in some of the previous videos, but we'll get more in depth into the equation and understanding what the equation represents. But when we think of the word equilibrium, right, complete balance, right, and that's what we're going to get when we're dealing with wild type strains. We're going to get a complete balance. There's not going to be any hybridizations or changes over time much, or it's just going to be exactly what it is. Wild, natural, and it's going to stay that way. A landrace, on the other hand, is a wild type that's been taken to another environment, that has had human interaction, that's undergone selective breeding. That's what a landrace is. A landrace means I went and located some wild type or a wild type, and I collected some of those wild types, brought it back to my village, and then I started to selective breed, right? And why do we do that for? Because we understand the diversity that's available to you when we are dealing with strains that have undergone selective breeding and that have had human intervention. And that's what a landrace is. It's, we brought it back to the village. Now the strain has adaptability to that particular environment, that it's not, as long as we're selecting properly for the particular and correct phenotypes, the most strongest, right? Based on whatever our desired outcome is that we want to achieve. But ultimately, that is the difference between a landrace and a wild type. A wild type has not been touched at all. It's in its natural state. Most likely it's within the state of Hardy and Weinberg equilibrium status, and it should be left untouched if we want to consider it a wild type. And a landrace is a wild type that's particular to a specific region, but within that region, I collected and then I brought back to my area. Still the same region, right? That's why when you hear landraces, it's so closely related to or directly related to the area, right? The demographics, like Afghanistan or Philippine or whatever. It goes, So that is simply because in most cases, who's ever identified and collected that wild type most likely is probably somebody from the local to the area, right? And that's why we always, but yeah, they are different, completely different, and that's it, man. I just wanted to go over that with you now. If you have not, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a banger, for sure. And if you appreciate the content that I put out, because we know a lot of people don't. We know a lot of people don't want ZaZa out here teaching the community for free. They're like, man, be quiet, man. Why you telling them? Man, you be quiet. The fuck you talking about? Man, you hear me? Hit that like button for me, though. You heard? Go ahead. I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to sit back. Hold on. Go ahead. Do your thing. Good looking, Brody. Man, thank you. Thank you for sure, man. That's all I request, man. That's all I require. Look, Team ZaZa. Team ZaZa calling. Season 3. Team ZaZa. Let's see what they want. Yo. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull y'all up. Yo, what's good, man? Team ZaZa calling. YouTube said, what up, Team ZaZa? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm recording a video right now. I'm going to keep this in there, too. And I ain't going to edit this out. Stones in the building. Who we got in here? Bud, Stones, A-Beezy. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brothers and sisters. Team ZaZa Season 3, Let Them to Death. Let them to death, you hear me? If you need some of the best grow equipment in the land, make sure you stop by acinfinity.com. Use code Team ZaZa and get an awesome discount right at checkout, man. And make sure you hit ZaZagenetics.com. We always got some sort of deals going on for gear, so if you need good gear, you haven't got dead ops yet, you're trying to try out Hades, check the website out. Season 4 is the code for 50% off Dead Ops OG, so that's still live. Veterans also get 50% off, so you just tap in, let us know. Much love, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for all your support. I know it's been a couple weeks since I dropped a video, but you know me, man. College, work, life, but I'm here, man. If you need me, you know where to find me, man. Catch us in Discord. We there for the most part every night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And until we meet again, gang, I'm out of here.